So, I'm here to talk about a situation in my life that really needed to change. Most of you will be able to resonate with this. This is something that I used to do a lot, and changing this pattern helped me like bounce. So, this pattern is not communicating what I want, simply assuming that people do not want to help me, and just feeling bad about it and feeling sorry for myself and playing the victim. I'm really surprised how I'm admitting this right now, but I used to do this on daily basis and used to feel bad about everything. So, I'll give you an instance. In college, my cycle broke and I needed sheets for my assignment. I went and told this to a friend, and she told, "Oh, so sad," and she just walked away. But the thing is, in my head, I actually just told her problem, and now I assume that she understood that I needed help. I didn't tell her, "Hey, can I borrow your bicycle? Can I borrow your sheets?" Anything. I did not ask for that. Be it giving you another example is so there was a friend of mine, Aishu. She was crying on the terrace one day, and then her roommate came and she saw her and she did not say anything and she just walked away. So that, and morning she comes to me and she says, "What's up? Why did she just walk away?" Because I was crying. I would have liked her to like come and comfort me. But the thing is, her roommate was someone who likes to be left alone when she is sad. So she did not make the effort to go because she thought maybe I should needed some space, you know. So do not assume that people are going to help you in a way that you want without asking it. I think I should did that a lot, and that's why I resonate with her emotions so much more. I know a lot of people do this. They expect something and they don't even communicate it. They assume that this was supposed to happen, the person was supposed to treat me like this. So I'm feeling bad about myself, I'm feeling unloved. For example, this happens in most cases when you had a fight with someone and you are expecting them to say sorry to you. They are thinking that you have made a mistake, so why will they say sorry? If you think that they should say sorry to you, you have to go with the explanation that, "Hey, this is what you did, and here's why I want to hear a sorry from you." Does that make sense? Like in day-to-day conversation, we usually do this. I'll share a very powerful conversation that I had with my mom. It's an experience, to be honest. My mom was never a listener. She always was a chilled out person who will just listen and give you a solution. So I used to tell her about my college, this and that, whatnot, how I had exams, assignments, all I have to do on my own, and all of that. And she used to say, "Huh, what's there to take tension? Chill and do everything." As in, she doesn't realize the amount of emotions I go through. Like, there's no empathy that she showed. Obviously, like, nobody teaches us in India to like empathize with someone and then share a solution, right? So she used to do that a lot. I used to get really annoyed. Like, whenever I try and tell her something, share with her something, she would just tell me that, just get over it, or like all these emotionally unavailable people say. She would say those things. So, like, how I dealt with this is like actually communicated what I wanted from her. Before I even started sharing with her, I told her, I did not judge her. I went with this thing and I told her, "I want you to just listen today. I don't like when you give me logical solutions and all of this. I don't want. I just want you to listen and tell me that you are correct." you know. So it was really hard for her. But she did try, and now she's one of the best people I go to when I want to share something. So by simply asking for what I want, I made a difference, and you can do this as well. I know we have a lot of emotions when it comes to like expressing to someone what we really want, like it's not easy. When you're crying and you ask someone, hey, I need help, it's really difficult. But when you like have the courage to do that, life will never be the same. So I did go to my therapist and I shared this problem, and he asked me, did you communicate what you wanted to others? So I was like, no, I did not. I thought that was obvious. Like what? Like if somebody is crying, it's obvious for them to just come to you, no? If come to you, because I see world like this. Like if I'm sad, then if I see somebody else sad, I go and comfort them. But world is not the same for everyone. We all think differently, and it's completely wrong to assume that the other person also thinks the same way. For example, Aishu was crying on the terrace, but her roommate thought that she needed space because she needs space when she is sad. So this is what I'm trying to tell, that people have different assumptions in life, and assuming that they would behave a certain way. Like for example, you say sorry a lot, but not other people do not say sorry, and they believe in changing their actions a lot more than actually saying sorry. So you need to actually understand what you're expecting and what the other person has in their mind. So if you're expecting, if you want your needs to be met, actually communicate it. I cannot share it enough how much important this is. In therapy, the number one thing that I've learned is to how I can meet my own needs. Like if I want something from someone, how do I get it? Okay, even if you communicate it, you're afraid that you will get no as an answer. It's okay to get no as an answer, because sometimes you might get no, but often you'll get yes as an answer. And by simply communicating, you're increasing your chances of saying getting yes as an answer, right? So I see myself applying this rule in so many areas of my life, and now I feel so much more complete that I've learned this thing in my life, that communication actually helps. For example, if you want a rose for Valentine's, you might have to ask your partner, can you please get me flowers, because I like receiving flowers. If you don't communicate it, then you're just expecting that there'll be some Shah Rukh Khan and then get you flowers. So that's not gonna happen. Might happen, they might be so interested in you, and it's the beginning of the love and all of that. So that might happen. But there are some people who do not see giving rose as a form of showing love, right? So they might not they might like to give you letters or just say that I love you or something. They'll have their own way of showing love. But if you want to be loved in a certain way, you have to tell them that this is what I want, and do not expect them to understand and all of that. And if you want the other person to say sorry, tell them this is what you did wrong and I expect you to say sorry. And say you want a raise in at your work, you will actually have to go to your manager and tell that I want a raise. Like you can't expect them to just give you a raise. So in all these situations, you can see that there are assumptions, right? And subconsciously, I think we are doing this because we don't want to put in the effort to actually communicate. So it's much easier to just assume and feel bad about it. So don't do that. It's okay. Empower yourself, and easier said than done. It's easy for me to say these things, but when you actually apply it, it's a much more harder task. So my learning was just this, that don't assume things that people will do for you. Ask for it from your mouth and don't judge people too soon. Maybe they will say yes, and even if they say no, they might have a reason behind it. The world is not so cruel. At least your loved ones will show up for you, and clearly tell people what you want, and it meets or not meets, that's not your business. You're increasing your chances of getting yes as an answer, and you might as well receive some flowers some really good gifts. And you, for communicating, you might, your partner or your family member will feel so much more grateful that instead of just expecting them to assume, you just went ahead and told them, you know. um, it applies to all areas of your life. For example, somebody does not remember your birthday or something, you just go simply tell them, today is my birthday, like, like, can you do this for me? I know it takes a big heart while you're feeling unimportant that people does not remember your birthday and whatnot, but this could be a small step towards honoring your own self. You know, people don't have to know you in and out. All those rules are gone because now people have their own way of living. Stop assuming and stop expecting, and communicate what you want, and you will see that life becomes fuller and fuller.